Hi, everybody. Welcome back to PB is Life YouTube channel. We are on stop 2 of our Where's Alix Tour, and this is a big one. This is super big, and I really hope you guys got a chance to catch her. You'll understand why we are so blessed to have her on our podcast and do this series with her. So if you're catching this for the first time, by the way, this is the Where's Alix Tour. So Alix is 16 years old. She's a junior player, but she also plays in, let's say, the other tournament, the big ones, not just the juniors, and is just a rising star, an ambassador, has her hands all over the place in pickleball and is just getting bigger and bigger. So I'm not going to even hesitate and pause or say, hi, how are you? I want to talk U.S. Open in Naples.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
So
let's go.
And let's just get the cat out of the bag. People want to know about you and Wyatt and your chemistry on the court. Your first tournament with Wyatt Stone. Talk to us.
Right. So yes, Wyatt Stone and I played in the mixed age 19+ division. Wyatt's another Onyx junior player. He's also 16 years old. He just turned 16 the week of the U.S. Open, actually. So happy birthday to Wyatt. But yeah, we do everything business-wise, and we talk a lot outside of pickleball. So yeah, it was fun to be able to play with him.
You mean there's more than pickleball in your lives? I didn't even know that. Wow. Well, it was definitely super exciting. The energy on the court was crazy, and the level of pickleball was amazing. Your hands are so fast, and you're so
thank
strong.
You.
Your backhand is so powerful, and he's just like, watching him all over the court. It's crazy, his reaction speed. So why don't you walk us through, first actually, let's kind of start at the beginning. You get there. The venue's huge, right? And
absolutely,
yeah. And there's, doesn't hurt that it's sunny in Florida too. Well, actually, you had some rain too, I think. But, and I think, were there a lot more junior players than usual, or young players?
Absolutely, yes. I met so many more players who are younger than the age of 18 down there. I got to hang out with them throughout the 5 days that I was there. And actually, if I mind to interrupt,
sure.
I participated in a junior pickleball camp. It was actually run by Simone. And she had several pros by her side. Deckelbar was there, Ben Johns, Catherine Parento, Hercelio, Irina, Callie Smith. It was just an amazing experience.
So the pro players are still coming up through the game. No, those are like the top players in pickleball. That is fantastic. And I did catch, she posted a YouTube out there of that camp.
Yes, yeah.
And did I see you a few times flying across the court in that video? I think so.
Yeah, I think I was in there. I was in there.
That's right. Shout it out loud. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about that, if you'd like, and then we can talk about what it's like to have so many juniors around you finally at a tournament.
Oh yeah. So actually, there are big things coming up for myself and the other junior players, as well as some money. So if you guys have watched her Facebook and Instagram highlights, she posted a little reel about the first Nike pickleball camp that she had out there at her facility in Bonita Springs. So she's starting a foundation, the Simone Jardim Foundation, and what she's trying to do is help out the junior players progress their game and get to the top level with her help and the money that she's going to be fundraising for the kids, which I think is great because she's put a lot of time into pickleball for her game, but now that she sees that the juniors are growing in the sport, and obviously that will be the next generation, she wants to do her best to help us as well, which I think is super sweet.
Well, it's super awesome that to see someone give back to the sport when they're still at the top of their game. You see people retire and give back, but she's at the top of her game, and I know she's really disappointed in that women's doubles match. It's been a while since she's had to face a loss in that gold medal match, but and I read, she made a really heartfelt post about looking back at her game and trying to learn and understand.
Right.
And my heart almost went out to her, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, she's like incredible. She's the #1 women's player in the world, So
Right.
But yeah, it's super. I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's just, like I said, it's so admirable. It's so cool, I think. Do you guys have an active
Yeah.
number one player getting back now, not waiting? So that is super excited. And I saw Wyatt. He got
she's inspiring a lot of us.
Yeah, well, shoot, what a role model, right? Pretty awesome. And I saw Wyatt flying across the screen on that promotional video as well. So
he was there as well,
right,
yes.
That's right. All right, well, let's get to the really good stuff after that good story.
Okay.
Talk to us about, you get to the U.S. Open, huge event. You're playing with Wyatt Stone for the first time, and both of you are just rising so quickly up. And there's all these under 18-year-olds finally that you're seeing as well. So walk us through when you arrived, and then talk us through your days there, your tournament, because you had a really great run.
Absolutely. So I spent a solid 5 days down in Naples, Florida. I arrived on a Monday, the 19th of April, I believe. So I got there around maybe like 2 p.m. And Monday I was not playing, but the boys were. They were playing men's doubles, age 19 plus. Wyatt was playing with his buddy Nicky Golowich, and another buddy of mine, William Sobek, was playing with his dad. It was so fun to see them compete, and they actually had to go against each other, which was fun to watch. But that was just a day for me to meet Wyatt and feel out the venue and get some reps in with him, because of course, not playing with each other, we gotta know how we'll work on the court. So the next day, Tuesday, the 20th, was our play day. Unfortunately, we woke up and we got to the venue pretty early, I'd say. Our start time wasn't until 1:30, but we wanted to hang out.
Sure.
So we got there around maybe 11, maybe 10 a.m. that morning, and it just starts to pour. And Florida weather is whack. Like it'll be sunny for like the whole morning, and then it'll start pouring for the next 15 minutes, and it'll be sunny, rain, sunny, rain. It was
and
a
it's
little
a downpour. I mean, the rain, it's not like a sprinkle. It's like a hardcore downpour.
No, it was
15 minutes, and then it just bright and sunny and blue skies.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time down there. You
it was
cool.
Absolutely. So we ended up sitting around for, I think it was a 5-hour rain delay on our part. So we really didn't start our bracket until maybe 5:30 p.m. that afternoon. But we were so excited too. We were trying to be patient. But as soon as we hopped on the court, we were like, this is our time. Let's go. So we played. So, okay, well, another thing is at the U.S. Open, they have skill age and age divisions.
Right.
So to not to get those two mixed up, Wyatt and I played mixed doubles age 19 plus, which means that we play against people ages 19 through 25. Right. And your minimum rating has to be like a 4.0 or a 4.5 to be able to sign up. But the bracket was fun. We ended up playing a total of only 3 matches. Our bracket wasn't that big. So we played our first 2 matches together, and we were just feeling each other out on the court. I'm gonna admit that was some of the sloppiest pickleball that I've played. It was awful. I was nervous, and I'd never gotten called for foot faults before, but that first match I got called for 2 foot faults. But yeah, Wyatt was super supportive, and he's a great player to be able to pick me up if I'm down, and I can pick him up if he's down. So it worked out for the first 2 matches there. Then we were waiting for the gold medal match. Oh, and also another thing about U.S. Open is that it is double elimination. However, if it is double elimination, however, if you lose your first one, there's no way to make it back up to compete for gold or silver. So the most that you can earn is the bronze. So that was also something that was on our minds, is like the pressure of wanting to win gold and not just bronze. So thankfully we were sitting in the gold medal match, and we ended up playing against the couple Jade and her significant other Tate in the gold medal match. And unfortunately, because of the rain delay, we did have a I don't even know what you call it, but we, instead of playing 2 out of 3 to 11, we did play only 1 set to 11, which was so short. Our day got cut short. The finals match was a game to 15.
Okay.
That we came out and we were nervous, but we played strong. I'm gonna admit that. We were down 0-5. And Wyatt said to me, Alex, like, this can't be happening. We gotta go. Like, we've been waiting for this for so long. We gotta go. And I was like, okay, fine. Let me just get my head into it. And so rewatching the match, I had to realize that I hit a body bag on Tate. He's a big guy. So I had a body bag on Tate, and then Wyatt hit another body bag. So we got 2 in a row, and that was
all
our
you
hype.
needed?
It was just like that. Yeah, it was just like a power play. Let's go. So there we got to 8 first. We got the switch, and from there we kept going. We kept progressing as a team throughout that match. So we ended up pulling it off. Oh, we won gold.
Yes, you did.
So happy about that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah. So yeah.
That, and that's such a big part. I mean, you hadn't played in a tournament together, and then you find yourself down 0-5, and I don't think either of you have a whole lot of experience being down like that. And so to be able to pull that chemistry together as a first timer, together on the court, it's really impressive that he kind of leaned into you and it worked. You responded, right? And then you had those 2 shots, got that momentum, and then you were able to carry that momentum forward. So kudos to both of you. I mean, that's great that he was able to hit that button, but you could have not responded either. So for you to step up and go, all right, game on. You hit my button, I'm ready to roll. Speaks a lot to your mental toughness. We talk about your skill, but your mental toughness and his mental toughness and his savviness to go, okay, right now, line in the sand. We got to stop this. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it was. You could just see the energy build and build and build and build when that was streaming. So well, fantastic. So super, super exciting on that.
Thank you.
Anything stand out in those matches? I mean, was there an adjustment? Was it mostly that mental part? You mentioned there was some nervousness and anxiousness. I imagine the delay. Those get tough as well.
Yeah, I don't think it was just me, to be honest with you. I think Wyatt was also super anxious to just get on the court because he's been sitting there for so long. And we were both looking forward to playing with each other, and we just didn't want like the whole thing to get rained out. So we're super thankful that we actually just got to play, even though it wasn't a full formatted bracket. But yeah, I think it was definitely a mental thing. Like the whole morning, just sitting around, we were just anxious, and then hopping on the court, we're just like that pressure of wanting to win gold, not just bronze if possible.
Right.
And we in our minds we were like, I think that we're better than these teams. Like, even if we're not, we have a shot. We have a shot. Like, you can't go into a match thinking that you're gonna lose, whether the players are like 100 times better than you, or you're just having a bad day, or whatever it is. You can't go in thinking that you're gonna lose. So I think that's what Wyatt and I we were thinking together. We were like, we have a shot at this, and that's what we want. So
you earned your way there, and so you knew you had the rights, clearly the rights and the skill to be there. And that I remember I was at a clinic with Mark Renison, and he just kept telling everybody, you have to step on that court believing you're going to win. And if you get down, then you have to start thinking, find a way to win. Find a way to win.
Exactly.
And so that resonates, that stays in my head sometimes, when I'm kind of, God forbid, 2 UEs in a row, right? It's hard. You do start to take it, we talked singles in a session before this one, or maybe in our Stop 1 video, at least I can only blame myself, right? I'm only carrying myself. But when you're in that teaming situation, 2 UEs and in a row, it's really rough. You probably have never had that before, but, some of us we have. So, yeah, it really tests your mental state. So, super exciting.
Yep,
congratulations
never over.
to you guys. And you're
Thank
right. You always have
yeah.
to believe. I mean, one of the things I've done is sometimes I'm like, it's pickleball. It's not like they're doing something different or playing a different game in terms of the game itself. It's pickleball. So we can play this as well as they can play it, you know what I mean? But whatever it takes to find that button and that moment to shift that momentum. So congratulations to both of you on that.
Absolutely.
So now let's talk. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about your women's doubles.
All right, women's doubles. It was 2 days later on a Thursday. I played with Angie Weldon, who is up in Pennsylvania, it was also my first time playing with her in a tournament, and actually really ever. I think I only had hit around with her like once. But that was super exciting. We had nice weather, full bracket, super advanced, and yeah, we. I'm so upset about it, but at the same time, I'm super happy. Anyway, we got stuck with an unlucky draw. I'm just gonna say that. We were at the very bottom of our bracket, and we got paired up against I don't even know how to pronounce their last name. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it, but the Kawamoto twins, Jade and Jackie. Those two are like, they're great players. Like they're twins, so they have chemistry on the court. Playing against Angie and I, we progressed throughout the day, and that was something that, like, I think everybody's gonna have to learn to do if you're gonna play with somebody for the first time ever. Is that you're gonna progress throughout the day, you're gonna progress throughout the times that you're gonna play together as a team. Anyhow, I suck in Florida heat. I haven't experienced it before.
How do you really feel?
I was just, it was so mind-boggling because I was like, I can do this. Angie and I are great players. Jackie and Jade are great players too. But I feel like I have what it takes to take Angie by my side and win this match. But I fell apart. Angie did a great job holding her own and picking me up, but that match did not go well at all. It was just, we lost in 2 sets to 11, and so that knocked us down to consolation. And again, the most you can get is bronze at that point, which was so unfortunate. It was
let me pause you there.
Wow.
Let me ask you, because you can see it, even your body language. You're like going to jump through this thing and say, "Why'd you ask me about this?" So because I think that was a different format, or is that always? I don't recall if that was always that way or if that was new this year.
I think at U.S. Open it was always been that way at U.S. Open.
Right?
Yeah.
So what does that? We were talking about mental toughness in the middle part of the game a moment ago, and you can still see and hear the frustration with knowing that I can't get back to that gold match.
Right.
You know. So, I mean, like, how do you make that adjustment? Or, I mean, do you go and say, well, we can at least still play for bronze? Or were you, I mean, is there still the pressure to go, well, I've got to get bronze now. I can't leave with nothing, you know?
Right.
What's that like for you?
Yeah. I think all of those things. There's always a point in time where I'm like, it's only bronze. Like, why do I need to get bronze? But then there's the side of me that's like, bronze. If I lost my first one, I have a whole day to make up. I can work my way back up. Like, bronze will maybe feel like gold at the end of the day to me and my partner. But I think that's what some teams are also thinking. They're thinking like, I lost one. Like what's the point now? They feel like giving up. However, to me, I just you can't give up. I do want to leave with the medal at the end of the day. I don't want to let my partner down either, and I can't let my emotions or just my mental state affect the way that I play throughout the day. Especially losing that first one. It's like you have to play double the amount of matches just to get into that bronze medal match, right? So speaking of which, Angie and I ended up having an 8-hour day, making our way all the way back up through consolation, which I am so proud of Angie. I'm so proud of myself for that, because Angie knew that I was upset after that first one, and I feel like everybody thought that I was upset about it, and yes, I was, but I don't fall apart the way that people would think I would, I guess. You could say, I want that so bad. I don't want to lose 2 matches and go home with nothing. And I want to also, just prove to myself that I can go through a long day and I can be better for myself and my partner and, improve each day. And also, it's U.S. Open. It's, one heck of an experience.
Open, I mean, give me a purple participation trophy. I'm just kidding. I don't want a participation trophy. But... Right. I mean, that's huge. And think about, there's plenty of teams that you beat, right? That they went home and, with the experience, but they didn't get home with a bronze. So, but it is a test. Right. I can imagine it's a test of the mental, that mental toughness and, resetting that goal. Okay, so, goal
Right.
one was this. I didn't get there. And the format happens to be the format it is. So, kind of what I hear is if it was a format that most tournaments are in where you can come back up, you did work yourself back up to an opportunity. I know it doesn't matter at the U.S. Open, but, it is a small victory. I think you got to take small victories, too.
Right.
The bronze medal, to me, is a huge victory, a fantastic victory. Even if it's short of your ultimate goal, that's okay. But to still walk away with the bronze is huge. But like you said, 8 hours. I mean, you guys fought and fought and fought. You did not lay down, right? Those teams,
Right.
you took those teams toe to toe, and you won them. And it would be very easy to have lost one and gone home. So.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Angie. Like, she definitely did a great job with keeping me in it, especially during a match, because you're also playing at 15 down in
Right.
consolation. And so if you're down maybe like a couple points in the beginning, you're like you need to fight back for that. So we were down, I think, all of our matches in consolation. At least, like we never really got the switch at 8. So at that point, you're like, I can't lose now. Like, I just need to keep fighting to win that next match. And also another thing was the bracket was so tough, and all of the names up on that bracket, like I've seen them on Facebook before,
Wow.
and I've seen them earn their spot in the 5-0 women's divisions before. Like they're legit players. They're amazing players. So it's just like you also want to prove that you're in their league.
Right.
And
That you
of course,
deserve to be there, right?
After the long
Yeah,
day.
that you deserve to be there. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's what everybody wants. Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, Angie and I progressed throughout the day together as a team. We played so well. In that bronze medal match, I'm going to check real quick what their names are. Okay, it was
Shout out.
Cam Thompson and Rachel Oxenden.
There you
Shout
go.
out to you guys. You guys played amazing. But that was so fun. It was a 2 out of 3 to 11. And Angie and I, we definitely got our energy up. I had my family there. My dad was there to support, as well as my grandparents. And Angie had her brother, Steven Hendricks, and they literally had an entire crew. Like, her parents were there, and there was so many people. But it was super awesome because they were all supportive, and they got us pumped up for that match. And Angie and I, we talked, and Angie was like, Alex, I don't care what happens. Let's just go out there. Let's have fun. And I'm like, Angie, we made it all this way. We played 8 hours. Like, we need this.
You're like, fun is
but
off
yeah,
the
we pushed
table.
through that.
Fun is fun is
I was
out.
just like, let's push through one more. But yeah, I to be honest with you, I'm still rewatching that bronze medal match that we streamed. We had so many great points, and the players on the other side of the net, they put up a good fight for sure.
Well, hey, before we start to wrap up and make some updates to your schedule going forward, and we'll tee up our stop 3 soon after the next couple of tournaments. What is your takeaway from that experience, especially that format, right? I mean, it's such a different type of pressure, but just looking back, what was that experience like? Is it really like no other?
For me, I would say yes. That was honestly one of the most fun experiences. It was, I feel like it's really an honor. I feel like that's so cliche, but it is the U.S. Open Pickleball Champions. It's the second largest tournament after U.S. Nationals, and yes, everybody can sign up for it, and anybody who chooses to participate can participate. But it was tough to convince my parents to let me go down there and play. But I had such a fun time. Like, I met so many people, and I feel like I live by the saying that everything happens for a reason. Again, that's so cliche, but
True.
I think that I learned a lot from that, and I think that after all of the rain delays and all the mental things that was going through my head, I was just I feel like that gave me a huge confidence booster.
Good.
So that in the future, if I'm ever down, it's I've done it before, I can do it again, it's no problem next time. And so yeah, I guess I'm just really looking forward to what I can do next in the future.
That's awesome. And you're right. Anybody can register and can get there. And by the way, it's one of the fastest selling out tournaments ever. I mean, you have to be just,
Oh,
the
yeah.
highest internet speed
Oh,
on the
yeah.
planet and just keep on just to try to get into it. But per bracket, how many medals can you get? Right? Gold, silver, bronze.
Mm,
So there's only 3
yeah.
medals, so anybody can get in there.
3 spots.
Right. So anybody can register, but only 3 teams can go home with a medal, and you did it twice. Right?
That was the goal.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, well, we really appreciate you taking through the stop 2 of the Where's Alix Tour.
No, yeah. Thank you so much.
You can tell that you're still really excited on a high. I think it's wonderful that you met those challenges because it's only going to make you a stronger player.
You.
I think a stronger person when you get into your workforce days someday, even if it is professional pickleball for a living by the time you're older. You're going to meet those adverse situations, and you're going to need to overcome.
Right.
And I think that your trajectory is just continues to be so fun to watch. So stay tuned for everybody. We're going to do a stop 3 here in a couple of weeks or so, and get some more insight from Alix Truong. So thanks so much. Safe travels.
Absolutely.
And
thank you so much.
Really happy to have ridden with you on this tour today.
Thank you.
All right.